Yes, sir, you, sir.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Your mama said it. Alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Wow. Anybody?
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Hakuna Matata, feet up, sipping Java. Shout out to Pusha T. It's Chris Anthony coming at you one more time live. Today, what I want to get into is belief systems. Belief systems, I like to call those operating systems. Now, let's say you were the computer and on you had an operating system. It's either going to be Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, something like that. Now, your belief system is the operating system that's running on you. It makes you operable pretty much. It kind of runs in the background. All the programs can be accessed through this operation system because you actually have one. Now, a belief system actually shapes your world. It shapes, you know, the meaning of your reality at the end of the day. And you believe in certain things so that you can perceive your world. You're usually given your belief system when you're at a younger age. You know, when they tell you to do this, not to do that, to walk like this, don't walk like this. You know, we get it from our parents, from our teachers, from our society, from our culture, from a lot of different things. They influence our belief system in our formidable years is what they call it, because you're easily formed at a younger age. So your belief system gets downloaded onto you pretty much. And you have all of these things that shape your reality, that keep you inside of the boundaries of your society or your world. And they give you meaning. Like, for instance, you understand that something that runs around with 4 legs that we let in the house sometimes or keep out in the backyard is a dog. It gives you meaning. You need to have a belief system. You have to have an operation system. The problem comes, though, when you forget or you don't know that you need to upgrade your operating system. For instance, anybody that's still using Windows XP or Windows Vista, I'm here to tell you that your operating system is out of date. It's over. It's done. You need to upgrade that. You need to take the whole computer, probably get rid of it, get another computer, because your operating system is out of date. So you're missing a lot of things that you could have, you know, going on with your computer. It can be processing information at a faster speed. It can be connecting to websites way quicker than it is, but because you have the old operating system, you don't even know what you're missing. And that's what's happening a lot of times in our lives. We have not upgraded our belief system ever since we were children. So whatever your mother taught you, whatever your father taught you, whatever you learned in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, you're still operating on that same belief system. So your world is being shaped and it's being limited by what your belief system is and was when you were a little child. So at the end of the day, you can still have the mind of a little child and you're an adult. This is when you start to face problems. Now, it's a good example of this. If anybody ever saw the movie Waterboy, Bobby Boucher was the main character in that. Waterboy, he was somebody who was sheltered by his mother. You know, he had his belief system built up by his mother, and it was actually protected also by his mother. He couldn't go certain places. He couldn't leave the house that many times. But in the movie, he actually got a water boy position with the football team at his local high school or college. It was one of those. And he started to kind of face other people, and that's when his belief system started to kind of be tested, started to get shook up a little bit. And it's a funny scene that he had when he was with his professor in school. His professor was teaching a class about how your medulla oblongata works and how your mind operates and stuff like that. And that's when Bobby Boucher was like, my mama said, and you know, he talked with a stutter. He would say that his mama said this, and his mama said that, and his mama told me not to believe in this, and my mama told me not to believe in that. And his belief system was just shaped by whatever his mama said. So that's like the example that we have that's going on with a lot of people. Like, before you start to grow, before you start to, you know, kind of like test your boundaries, you still have this operating system on you that's operating this belief system that needs to be upgraded. Now, how do you know when it needs to be upgraded? This is when you know. you start to grow in life and you start to want to achieve bigger things in life. You become, like, you want to become a better person. You want to get a better or higher paying job. You want to live in a place that's a lot better. You probably want to be around people that probably can make you become a better person or higher your level of thinking. And what happens is you start to see resistance with that. Let's say you want a better job. You start going after this job, and then you start seeing a resistance that's happening. And it's not happening anywhere but inside of your brain. It's happening inside of your mind, because you start to see that you're running into these boundaries. You're running into these walls that are mental walls, mental blocks, mental modes of thinking that has been built and shaped by your belief system. And you find that you're struggling with getting this job because you can't get out of the belief system that you don't even know is running on you. Now, that belief system may say something like, you're only supposed to make this amount of money, or you're only supposed to be this type of person, or you're only supposed to have this type of job. That belief system is keeping you boxed in to a certain environment that you don't even know you have running on you. So what we have to do then is upgrade our belief systems. We have to get knowledge that actually no longer limits us, but actually allows us to expand. And the thing about belief systems is that they're comfortable, because they work for you for a while. They work for you maybe when you were in high school. Those limitations and the boundaries you had were okay. You know, it was okay for you to believe certain things and have this type of boundary and have these certain limitations. But then what happens is you start to outgrow them. You become bigger, and you get too big for your britches at the end of the day. Like, your belief system starts to crush you, and that's when you need to change. That's when you know it's something going on, because your boundaries, your limitations are so small that you are no longer able to expand. You're no longer able to evolve. You can't become the best version of yourself, and you're instead being crushed by all of these fears, all of these boundaries, all these things that's been embedded in your mind that's unconsciously operating on your software, and you don't even know it's there. So it's time to upgrade a lot of times, and you can tell that it's time to upgrade when you have those symptoms. You have like a resistance happening when you're trying to go up another level. You're trying to make more money. You're trying to achieve bigger goals. You're trying to be around, you know, people that contribute to you more. You know, when you want to just leave the same thing that you've always did and you've always done, that's when you'll start seeing the resistance. That belief system wants to hold you in place, and it's okay. It worked for you in the past, but it's time to upgrade. So this video probably lasting, you know, a little bit longer, and I wanted to end the next video. We're going to be talking about how you remove a belief system. How do you remove a operating system, or upgrade your operating system to a better one, to a more expansive one, to one to where, you know, it'll help you actually, you know, give you momentum to what you're trying to do, instead of holding you back, giving you resistance, making it a struggle for you to do simple things like get a better job, get a raise, get better relationships. When you find yourself stuck in all these different paths, these different cycles, these different scenarios that continually happen, and then you get tired of it, then you start to see like, hold on, it's something at work that's beneath the surface more than I can see, because it's certain stuff it's a reason why you keep attracting the same relationships. It's a reason why you keep attracting the same jobs, the same type of people, the same scenarios. The same cycle just continues to run on you, because you have the same operating system. Now, your belief system is what shapes your reality, shapes your world. So you only bring things into your world that your belief system allows at the end of the day. If you're not aware of certain things, if your belief system keeps you unaware of certain knowledge, certain education, certain principles that's in life, then you miss out on opportunities because they're too big or too large to fit inside of your belief system. And that's when you know it's a problem. That's when you know you gotta make some changes. So you gotta upgrade and come up another level. That's what we're talking about here. So we're gonna get to that on the next video. Appreciate you listening. It's Chris and Anthony.